All right, so now that I got this guy in place, got this all figured out, and if you didn't see how I handled this situation, go check out my last shop talk. But got this all into place now, and got this ballasted all the way back to there. It's time to tackle this mess. There's a lot going on here, and it's going to be kind of a step-by-step thing. And I'm going to work from my way back forward, but also keeping in mind all the weird situations I got going on up here. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to actually tear these tunnels back really steep like this. And so I need to go ahead and ballast this and ballast this so that I know what's going on. And what I have learned, the best way to do ballasts that are kind of unusual like this will be, is for me to actually kind of outline like about a stud out from where it is, and then just plate everything and then deal with it in post. And so that's what I'm going to do here is I'm going to outline that, and then I'll pull it back out so I can plate under it, and then figure out how to attach some ballasting to these guys, what works best for that. And then we'll go from there. So let me get this popped back out or traced and then popped back out and get this a little bit ballasted. Okay, so I got this all ballasted in. I had to get really creative about how I ballasted around these. But having done switches so many times and curved pieces and all that, it's just kind of taking the same kind of idea and just modifying it a little bit. So there's a lot of 1x2s with the rail, with the door rail used. This guy just kind of locks this in place. This kind of locks this in place. Otherwise, it's a little sloppy. And if I've learned anything, it's that FlexiTrack needs to not be sloppy once it's been curved into its appropriate spot. And so that's good to go. I'm going to get that finished up a little bit and start to figure out kind of what this tunnel is going to look like. Okay, so I got the first tunnel in, built, covered. I got the arch made for this next one, and I got all this ballasted so that I don't need to worry about that later on. But I need to figure out what I'm gonna do here. So the problem is this. It's so big, not big. It's just it kind of hogs the space that I need to make. It sticks over too far for where everything else landed. Because of the switch being here, it's like this literally lines up with the inside here. And so I need to assess how to make this look good and purposeful. And I'm not quite sure I know. I think this arch needs to come out to at least in line with this, maybe. And therefore would make it a little bit easier, maybe. Because I can just make like a wall, like one of these walls, and just one of these inverted slopes out to put a little edge around it and call it done. So that part's not really a problem. The problem is mostly just back here and this, and thinking through all of this and figuring out how I'm going to get a platform on top of all of that too. So that's definitely some problems I got to think through a little bit here. Okay, so I got this one kind of framed in. I don't super care for this, but I was running out of light bluish gray bricks. So I think I'm just going to add some rocks and stuff here, and I think it'll look fine. Same thing here. I'm going to add rock in the middle. I'm going to do a little bit of rock work in the middle to kind of cover over for that kind of jut out. So it's like it got carved out of the rock. Yeah, I think this will be getting close to being done. We'll see. Let me get this kind of roughed in, then we'll take another peek to see where we're at with things. All right, so here's kind of where we're at right now. I ended up just doing some rock and then just kind of doing dark gray to come on out. I think that looks okay. I'm not super thrilled with it, but I don't know what else to do. And I think we're just going to live with it. I worked stupidly hard to get this to still be removable. And about halfway through, I was questioning why I made it removable. And then I remembered I have to add lighting wires and all this. And so having this being removable is actually probably pretty good. Also, in case if a train gets derailed, also probably pretty good to be removable. And so after this piece is removed, that next section back there is actually pretty easily removed as well. And so I think it was worth the effort. I don't know, check back with me in a little bit when I start to add lights if it was worth the effort. But yeah, so here we are. I really kind of liked that I staggered the tunnel entrances. I think if it was just 3 straight entrances across, I think it would look really boring. So I kind of really like this, and this kind of gives the fact that like this was here for a while before all this other stuff was hit, an old train shed. That's why it's got the brown tracks. You know, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this finished up, at least the bottom plate of the ballast done, so I can kind of check this area off. I think I will add some more. I mean, obviously, I'm going to add some more kind of rock work up here and some foliage and some trees and stuff. I think that will help kind of add to that little area because it looks kind of meh right now. But I think kind of continuing what I did a little bit here all the way back, I think will significantly improve the look of it. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and throw some ballast plating on here. And we'll take a look at it in a minute. All right, we got this ballasted in. Obviously, I need to order more 1x4s and 1x1s to get that finished up. But here's what we got. And with this being finally ballasted all the way back to through there, I can now run a train all the way around the tracks. So I'm going to clear some tracks because I have trains just kind of stuck wherever they were out of the way. But we're going to go ahead and maybe run a train around for the first time all the way around the tracks. All right, so that's another area cleaned up, and I'm going to mark off the list. Obviously, I need to order more of these. That'll probably be my project for later on today. So I can get that finished up. And so that's all clean and looking good. If you remember, this is where Brick Cross is going in November. I will probably build out some more of the stuff around it because obviously I can look online and see what it looks like to plan accordingly. As far as this area goes, the next project is to get the lights added to this and get this finished up down here because this is still a hot mess. So that's kind of the next thing for this area here. And kind of, again, this backdrop done to this side. And then some rock work, but I gotta get all my lights and wires done before I start to do that. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to stay tuned for some more, and see y'all next time.